This lesson will help get you started with using Moodle. Now there's a couple of assumptions that are being made with this lesson. Is one, that your school already has a Moodle set up within it and that students are already enrolled in the Moodle. Once you're at your Moodle site, the first thing you want to do is log in. Now the first time you log in, you may see a little, kind of like a tutorial here, explaining the expansion. Just a quick note, you'll notice that you're logged in because you'll see your initials at the very top. When I first come into the Moodle, I'm at the dashboard, so I'm going to go over to My Courses and select the demo class, which we're going to use. Once again, because it's the first time I've been into it, it's going to show me a little 3-step process of how to activate the edit mode, which you'll see at the top there. It'll also show me where the topics will be set up in my course. And finally, a discussion forum, which is set up automatically to post important information. You'll notice under the name of the course, you'll see 6 different categories. The second category is your settings. Here you can change the name or give your course a name. You can give it a short name. You can go down and see what category is. If you need to change anything or hide the course while you're working on it, you can hide it. We'll get into that later. I can also go in and change the dates if I need to, the start date and end dates. I usually do, if I'm in a school, elementary school for example, I'll do dates from beginning of the school year to the end. If it's college, it's more by semester. I can give it a description, I can give it a image if I want for the course. There's different course formats. At this time I chose topics. There's some other ones by default. You can also go online and get additional formats to set up your Moodle, which we can get to later. I could show them all the different sections or topics at one page. This next category, files and uploads, which I'll get to. I can choose how large of a file. Right now it's pretty huge, but I could set it to what's the size that I want, the maximum size the student can upload a file. Tracking, I can keep track of where people and what they've done. Groups I'll get into later, talking about how you can set up different students within your course into groups. Role naming you really don't have to worry about, and here I'm just going to hit save and display. In participants, right now you'll see the only participant I have is the teacher. If I need to enroll students, I can go to enroll. You'll see it's set by assign role, and I can simply, because these students are already listed in the Moodle, I can select students one at a time or multiple students at a time and add them into my course as I go through. Once I've found all the students that I need to, I can then go and click on the enroll users, and you'll see that the students will then be a part of that class. And there you go. The next section I'll look at is grades. In grades, I can look at all my students. I can look at individual students. I can go by first, last name. The next one is reports, which I'll get into later. These are very handy once you get started on a Moodle. And then under more, there's different other content that you can use for your class, which I will get into, as I say, at another point. So if I'm ready to get started working on it, I'm going to go up to the edit mode and turn it on. You'll see the screen looks much different now. All of a sudden I have these options of things that I can do. So you're going to see there's the different topics. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change it and give it a name instead of calling it topic 1. I click on edit topic. I'm going to go in and click custom, and then I'm going to rename this. If I want, I can give it a little summary of what this topic is about. As you can see, it looks almost like a little mini word processor here. So I have different options I can do within the text box. Then I'm going to save the changes. So with this first lesson, I was able to log into the Moodle. I then went into the course that I wanted to work on. I was able to look at the settings. I was able to add students, look at grades, reports, and more. Then turn on editing and change one of the topics' names. In upcoming lessons, you'll get into much more detail on how to set up your course by adding different components to it. Now, it may seem a little bit overwhelming at first, but here's the trick, is if you know how to use a word processor, if you know how to upload or download things, it's really not that hard. You'll find that as you get used to it, it almost becomes second nature. You do it without even thinking about it.